Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode. Today I want to talk about remembering people's names. And I'm going to give you some tips, and hopefully this is going to help you remember names because it really helped me. And it's extremely important, whether in business, personal life, whatever it is, to remember people's names. Everybody's favorite thing to hear is their own name, and it makes them feel important when you remember their name, and everybody likes to feel important. Here's an example. I'm in sales, so I go into a lot of different places of business and meet a lot of people. So here's some psychology behind it. So I walk into a place of business, and there's a gentleman at the counter. I meet him, I introduce myself, I get his name. His name is John. And then I get the information and I leave, right? This is the first time I've ever met John. I leave. John's got people coming in and out of that door all the time, all day, customers, vendors, whatever. So I come back a month later to follow up with John, and I walk in the door and I say, "Hey, John, how you doing?" Usually, right off the bat, they're kind of like, who is this guy? Because they see so many people in the line of business that I'm in. There's just a lot of traffic going in and out of their business, so they're thrown off. And the main reason they're thrown off is because they likely don't remember my name. Well, when somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, Sally, Joan, Eric," and they know your name, it throws you off if you don't know their name, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. And most people do not like to feel uncomfortable. So therefore, they are going to make it a point to remember your name. So when you come back again, they know your name. So when I walk in next time and I say, "Hey, John, how you doing?" He's going to go, "Hey, Matt, what's up?" Because he's going to make it a point to remember my name. So by me walking in and saying, "Hey, John," and he doesn't, know my name, there's pain there. And now I made John want to know my name. So that is very, very powerful. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the tips and tricks of remembering people's names. So number one, stop saying that you're bad with names. If you are bad with names, I guarantee that you openly say all the time, "I'm bad with names." "Oh, hey, let me get your name again. Sorry, I'm bad with names." "Oh, what's your name?" "I'm bad with names." I hear it all the time, and I did it myself for a long time. That is the first and most important thing that you have to change, is stop saying that you're bad with names. You have to replace that with, "I'm good with names. I'm great with names. I remember everybody's name. I got a great memory for remembering names." Hey, you know what? I got this thing for remembering people's names. Stop saying you're bad with names. Become conscious of it and start catching it and replacing it, because your voice commanding your brain, your computer, you're basically sending it a function saying, "I'm bad with names," and it's giving you exactly what you're asking for. So stop saying that. Step two. Step two is going to be using the person's name. So I walk into the place of business, I introduce myself. "Hey, my name is Matt. I'm from XYZ company. And your name is?" He says, "My name is John." "Hey, John, nice to meet you. John, how long have you been working here? John, what's, whatever." I'm going to use John's name right away, again, in the next few sentences, to make sure that early on in the conversation, I lock John's name in for me. Okay, so if you use it right away, you're very less likely to forget it throughout the conversation. I've been in conversations where 30 seconds later, right after they gave me their name, I already forgot it because I was thinking about something else, thinking about what I want to say, and all of us do that. And it's important to listen and do some active listening, but throw that name in there on your rebuttal. If you have a script that you're working on, or whatever it is that you use, throw that person's name in front of there so you can move forward. If it's family, I'm sure everybody's probably been to a big family gathering, and you see family members that you only see rarely at a wedding or a big gathering. So there's people that maybe you should know and you just don't know. So when you meet them, "Hey, Uncle Bob. Hey, nice to meet you, Uncle Bob. Hey, Uncle Bob, where do you live nowadays? Uncle Bob, what do you do for fun?" Use their name right up front to help lock it in the short term. This will help carry you through the conversation and get you to step three. Step three is you want to write it down. You want to make sure that you write that down. There is something about writing things down that helps hardwire it into our mind, and it helps us remember things. It's been proven time and time again that when we write things down, I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it realizes it for us. I don't know. but writing it down has power. So write down their name. And when you write down their name, write down a couple things that you found out. Write down some backstory, and then you can write a description of them, So Uncle Bob is, a tall guy. He's got to be, 6'5". He wears glasses. He's a skinny guy, whatever, right? Whatever's going to help you remember who Uncle Bob is, who John is at the counter, or whatever that was. Put down a description that's going to help you identify that person the next time that you're in that environment where you're going to meet them. Step 4, and this is a powerful one, set an anchor. So how do you set an anchor? Well, I'm sure there's people that have you have a specific memory of in your life, right? So I might say, hey, John looks like Kevin from 3rd grade. So right away now I know when I wrote that down and I look at my notes the next time I'm going to go to that place of business, I look at my notes and I see, hey, John is the go-to guy. He looks like Kevin from 3rd grade. So I walk in there, I see the guy that looks like Kevin from 3rd grade. I know right away that that's John. So that's setting an anchor. So utilize that setting an anchor to help you become more effective at remembering names. Remember that the notes that you take are for you. They're not public. So you could say, whatever you want. This person looks like a giraffe. You could say an animal. I mean, whatever you want to put down that is going to help you remember, that's what you need to put there. And that's going to help you remember names. If you follow those 4 things right there, I guarantee you will be better at remembering people's names and you will constantly improve. So I hope that added some value for you. Please hit the like button, subscribe, share, and until next time, stay tuned.